Here I am with my friend, Mrs. Potato Head. Yes, clearly I have been in the house for 9 weeks now. I haven't been outside. I have no idea what's happening in the real world. And so I'm getting some friends. And Mrs. Potato Head seemed like a really great thing to do. And I thought, do you know what? I would share with you some of the things that we can all learn, not just me, from Mrs. Potato Head. The story behind Mr. Potato Head, it was Mr. Potato Head that started it all, and it was a toy in the 1950s. And there was a guy that what he was doing was he was creating games for his sister, his baby sister, and he would use vegetables and make faces and that kind of thing. And he thought, would it be really great to create some things that you could stick into vegetables to make them come alive? And that's what it was that he did. And he tried to sell it to toy companies, but at the time where food was on ration and was used for sustenance, they didn't think it was a great idea. And then it all took off, and Hasbro, as we know them today, started manufacturing them. Do you know this is worth lots of money? Well, I'm not sure worth lots of money. It costs lots of money. But anyway, so you're probably wondering, why am I sitting here with a Mrs. Potato Head? And I thought I would have a Mrs. as opposed to a Mr. for obvious reasons. And then I thought, oh no, Carol, you're by yourself. Maybe you should have had a Mr. But anyway, I want to use this to talk about you. Yeah, you are like a Mrs. Potato Head. Right, so the whole concept of the toy is that there are lots of bits and pieces, lots of moving parts that you can add to the toy to give it a different look, a different style. You know, I'm even sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, I need to get some accessories, but that's probably pushing it too far. But it got me thinking about the fact that in life that we play different roles. So you may be a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, an auntie, an uncle, you know, an employer, employee, an entrepreneur. I mean, there are just so many different roles that we play all at the same time. And there are times where it is that we may describe ourselves based on the role that we're playing. And what I want to say to you is at the core of that, hold on, I'm going to strip her naked. At the core of that is you. Yeah, hold on. That you are in the middle. Oops, Daisy, I've just broken her. Hold on. In the middle of all of that is you. And everything is that you do, every role that you play is a bit like an accessory that Mrs. Potato Head has. Oops. That Mrs. Potato puts on to change her appearance. But the core is you. And if you don't look after the core, then how you show up in all of the other areas, oops, Daisy, that you are not showing up as your best self. That the core of you is where it is that the diamond is where it is that the gem is, and everything you put on, okay, maybe I should stop playing with her. Everything else that you put on, so I'm going to put on the arm, another arm. Right, so she now looks different to how it was that she was looking before. Oops, a daisy. I'll put in her eyes, so she looks different. But the core of the toy, Mrs. Potato Head, is still the potato. And I want to say that the core of you is the potato. And what it is that you put on is the things it is that you do, or the roles that you play. And so it's that whole thing about who are you at your core. And what I love about Mrs. Potato Head is that at the back, she's got a compartment that's kind of where it is that she stores things. So she's actually got a handbag where it is that she stores things. And that said to me that everything that we need for the roles that we play, we already have on the inside of us. And what we need to do is to recognize that and access it. Now, I'm never saying that we can't be improved upon. Like I said, I'm really looking at how do I get some more accessories for her. I'm not saying that we can't be improved upon, But the core of it all is right here. Because without the potato head, she wouldn't be Mrs. Potato Head. Without the core of you, you wouldn't be you. Because we are all created uniquely and differently. In fact, if a pair of identical twins are born into the world and they are identical in every way, you know that one where it is that even parents are having challenges differentiating one from another. But the moment it is that they start to experience life, they are different. I'm going to say that again. The moment that they start to experience life, they are different. They are no longer identical because their experience, what it is that they have learned, how it is that they felt about it, is different from their other twin, even though that they are identical. So in terms of us, that because we have experienced life, we've had failures, mistakes, successes, and triumphs, we can never be the same as the person sitting next to us. We can never be the same as that family member. We can never be the same as somebody else. And where it is that we trip ourselves up is when it is that we try to be. So Mrs. Potato Head is who she is. She may add things to her. She may put on hair, put on a wig. Tomorrow she may be wearing a hat, or she might have shorter hair. But the essence of her doesn't change. How she shows up may change, but who she is doesn't change. And I often feel that we, and when I say we, I'm putting me in the mix as well, is that we're looking externally for answers. You know, that kind of whole thing that there's something is I want to do and I'm going to look out there for it. And whilst it is that actually looking at what other people are doing out there, looking at developing skills, looking at all of those things is important, we need to start with the stuff in here. We need to start with the potato head. What do you already have? What already exists? What does all of the experiences, expertise, skills, etc., what potato head does that create? And then everything else from outside will enhance and enrich your appearance or how you show up in the world and the impact it is that you have on people. Right, I'm going to give her some ears because actually that's a really good idea. You can tell that I'm not used to playing with toys. Yeah. Is that the right way? Yes. Oh no, they're probably not the right way. I think these are probably supposed to be earring holes, and so that's probably supposed to be at the bottom. But you get my gist, that actually this is the core, and actually you just add to it, which enhances the appearance. I've dropped her feet. I'm going to find them. Oops, Daisy. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. I'm back. Right, and she's wearing red boots, so that's really cool, isn't it? So it's kind of so in keeping with me. Yes. So whatever it is that you put on in terms of the skill set, in terms of the information, in terms of your connection, all of those things, that enhances your appearance. But it doesn't change the core of who it is that you are. So I firmly believe that that core that makes you uniquely you is with you all the time. You know, the fact that people could say that, you know, when you were a child, yeah, I saw that. Or, oh my gosh, that's always been there. You know, recently a friend of my mother's said that how I am now is not dissimilar, which probably I'm maybe worried about, that when she met me when I was 6 years old. So the core of who it is that I am already existed. And it's for you to actually discover that. I feel that it's a lot like the diamond. And we talk about diamond being starting life in layers of coal. And yes, there's a kind of whole thing about kind of pressure makes the diamond come alive. But the whole idea that layers upon layers of coal are covering the diamond, that we no longer see the diamond. And so if you think about your core being a diamond and the layers of life and the challenges and the experiences and the failures and the mistakes and the regrets and whatever it is that we identify with, that provides layers upon layers on top of the diamond till we no longer see it. And because we don't see it, we don't believe it's there, so we don't recognize the value. Now, this morning when I was thinking about this, I wanted to go into a whole preach around the word and God and the Bible, but actually I'm taking a deep breath there. But that whole essence of who it is that you are, I want to say to you, it is the diamond. It is a gem that is there, that's waiting for you to uncover it and polish it and allow it to shine. Mrs. Potato Head, her potato is who is the core of who it is that she is. And that the core of us isn't usually as, or not usually, isn't always as visible as her potato head. But what is there on the inside of you that is it's kind of almost like burning a hole. It wants to come out, but you're not allowing it to come out because it doesn't look like how it is that you think it's supposed to look like. You know, like you've got an aspiration to be something or to do something. And we're often told that what we should do is find somebody that's doing something that we would like to do and actually model them. Yes and no. You see, it reminds me of my very first workshop. I trained as a life coach with the Coaching Academy, and I'd gone to a kind of session, and the guy that was running it, he did the marketing sessions and kind of stuff, and I thought it was boring. And so I went up to him with my boldness, handed him my card and said, "Hi, I'm Carol Pike, and I will be doing some training for you." Okay. Yeah. And then I followed it up with an email. And I thought, yeah, that was really great. And then 6 months later, he actually called me and said, "I've got a slot. What is your workshop going to be about?" Now, the only thing was I had never done a workshop in my life, so I had no idea. But I said what it was I said. And he said, "Send me the PowerPoint presentation." And I thought, oh my gosh, what I need to do is go look at what somebody else who's doing what it is I want to do is doing and model them. And so I did that, sent him the PowerPoint presentation, turned up to do my very first workshop, and I delivered it as somebody else because I was modeling somebody. But I wasn't being myself. I wasn't bringing my brand of awesome to the table. I wasn't bringing my flavor to it. And your flavor is the thing that sets you apart. It is the stuff that people connect and engage with because you are being authentically you. Now, we use the word authentic and authentically a lot. And I now use that less, and I talk more in terms of the authentic, not authentic, yes, the authentic sound, the authentic voice. Because I believe that your authenticity, your authentic self, you make a sound when you show up. It's a bit like for those musicians out there, that actually it's the music, it's the rhythm, it's the beat, that when you are in your flow, when it is that you are playing your music, people will hear it and want to tap their feet and dance and sing along. But that's because you show up as you. You are happily being Mr. or Mrs. Potato Head. That you are actually saying, do you know what? This is who it is I am. Nope, it don't look like you. It doesn't sound like you, but actually it isn't supposed to. I firmly believe that you, as you are, you may need a little bit of polish here and there or trimming at the sides. You are your standout advantage. There isn't anything else that's coming that's going to make you more stand outable. Yep, I've probably just made up that word. But that whole essence, that the core of who you are is the key, is the stuff that you have. And in this season, this time now, it's a really great opportunity to get connected with the you that exists within you. and allow that you to have space to shine, because you will be amazed about how amazing you actually are if you actually owned you, warts and all. Because none of us are perfect. You know, you don't have the perfect nose, the perfect figure, the perfect personality, the perfect something. There is no such thing in relation to that. But the people that you are here to serve, and the people that are there to listen to you, that are waiting for you to show up, you are perfect for them. You are perfectly imperfect for the role it is that you are here to play. So I want you to think about Mrs. Potato Head, or Mr. Potato Head if you're a man, or if you're a man you might want to talk about Mrs. Potato Head. But either way, that whole thing, that the core of Mrs. Potato Head is her potato head, but she adds the accessories that give her a different look. And if we take that look to be the different role, so actually as a mother or as a father, that is a different role to if you are an entrepreneur or a business owner. Your character traits are the same, but they are actually then utilized in different ways. So that whole idea that, okay, when I go to work, I'm this person, and when I'm at home, I'm that person. I think that's kind of called being a schizophrenic, because that's trying to have split personalities. You're the same person. You just utilize different parts of you in different ways when you're playing different roles. So if you are a teacher, then actually you're in teaching mode. You're in that mode of imparting knowledge to other people. You're in that role of helping people to find their learning styles, to uncover what the richness that's on the inside of them. That's what it is that you're doing. If you're a student, you're there to learn. You're the same person. And it's that whole thing about how do you connect with you so that you can show up on purpose in a powerful way. One of the amazing, I guess, kind of lessons and experiences for me in the last 12 months is, since having stroke number 2, somewhere along the line, I have made a choice, because the experiences this time is different from the experience last time. In terms of right now, I know who I am. I am very clear on who it is that I am, the challenges that I have, but I also then know the value that I bring to the table. And I know that therefore my role, my kind of job, as it were, is to show up unapologetically on purpose. And I call this the sparkle. And we all have the potential to sparkle. And sparkle is like the presence. You know, when it is you say, that person has presence, I can feel their energy, there is something about them. I call that the sparkle, because they know who they are. They understand the value that they bring to the table, and they show up unapologetically on purpose so that you can see them. And I don't mean in terms of kind of like fame and fortune see them. I mean in terms of actually when they show up, whether they've said anything at all, you know that they're there. You can feel the presence, and that presence is a kind of sense of confidence, but it's also a sense of courage to actually just be and know that from that place it is enough. Okay, Mrs. Potato Head, I know that she's plastic, but actually let's kind of pretend for a little moment that she has some kind of feelings or emotions. She just shows up and she goes with the flow. Like today I'm going to wear my yellow hair and I'm good with that. And you may not like it, but that's okay, because I'm good with that. You may not be interested in being her friend, but she's okay, because she's good with that. And so I just want to encourage you today to think, okay, what do I have on the inside that I can access that actually will enhance who it is that I am? Actually, no, it won't enhance it. It is who it is that you are. What have you got on the inside? And then every time it is that you look at going on a course, that you look at doing something else, you know who the potato is. So everything else will enrich and enhance this. It isn't adding to it in the sense of, oh, I'm adding, you know, a new layer. No, what it is it's adding in terms of it's extracting more value in who it is that you are. It's, yes, time. I want to say, if not now, then when? Now is the kind of the perfect opportunity for you to make the statement to yourself, you know what, this is who I am and I'm good with that. Or this is who I am, and actually I could tweak that, I could polish that, oh, I need to get rid of that. But actually it's about starting from where it is you are and understanding that. Yeah. So I'm really glad that Mrs. Potato Head could join us today. And I'm really believing that you got something out of my crazy moment with Mrs. Potato Head. So whatever it is that you are doing, whatever you're up to, I want to send you love from my heart to yours. And Mrs. Potato Head says, bye-bye.